Act 1. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2019, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given... Oh, who am I kidding? You know the drill. Jhony egers. Okay, that's done. Now what? Jhony, do something. After approximately 36 minutes of useless shitting around your room and staring blankly into space, you decide to examine The Room poster. Jhony gazed into Tommy's beautiful eyes. You often catch yourself gazing at this poster. You stare deeply into the face of the movie's director/protagonist, Tommy Wiseau. Those eyes, so gentle and soulful, that raven black hair, how it cascades so perfectly across his rugged face. You wish, you yearn, you hope above all hopes that you and he may one day meet, that he may one day steal a kiss upon your thirsting lips. But alas, it's never to be. You're from different worlds, Tommy being a millionaire Hollywood star with all the beauty and talent in the world, and you being an unremarkable kid from the suburbs. Wow, you've really been looking at that poster for quite a while now. Maybe you should distract yourself before your forlorn man-lust overtakes you. Jhony examines Zborp, the game poster. Zborp, the game, is the most long-awaited augmented reality game of the past 3 decades. The entire history of video games has built up to this. Technically, it's not supposed to be released for another 2 years or so, but your uncle who works at Nintendo signed you and your friends up to test the pre-alpha version. You recall him promising that the pre-alpha will be released for testing just in time for your birthday. Lucky you! Jhony, pick up the cake on your dresser. Pick up? What a ridiculous way to accomplish a task! How would that even work? You just go over and grab the cake with your hands? Get real! Instead of being a stupid, dumb idiot and picking up the cake, you walk over and capture box it. Now you can keep the cake in an unseen abstract inventory, likely with some sort of comedic system limitation that creates frustrating scenarios and screws you over at inopportune moments, like a sane person. Jhony, throw the cake out the window. It is suggested that you throw the cake out the window, so you go over to the other side of your room and throw the cake out the window. Sure, why not? Your dad's at the store to get more baking supplies anyways. This cake will not be missed. While you're at the window, you might as well see if the pre-alpha has arrived yet. Jhony, look towards the mailbox. Holy fuck, it's actually here! Looking at the upturned mailbox flag, you get so excited you almost piss yourself a little. You can't wait to play it. Jhony, retrieve the game. You decide to rush right out and retrieve your copy of Zborp while your dad's still out. You feel that this is a good call since there's no telling how many tedious roundabout tasks you would have been subjected to otherwise. Jhony, capture box game copy. You got the Zborp pre-alpha. You take a moment to celebrate the rational, straightforward progression of events here. Jhony, contact friends. Now that you have your game, you need someone to play it with. You check in with each of your friends to see if they've received their copies yet, but apparently only one has. You and she share a brief, narratively irrelevant interaction and begin setting up. Jhony and someone install Zborp. Well, he didn't last long. How about we be the other kid for a while? Jhony, be the other kid. You are now the other kid. You have just witnessed the untimely demise of your best friend and are quietly losing your shit about it. Hang on, who the hell is this? Why does it look like she's in a jail cell? We need to contextualize this. Girl, rewind. There we go, the same girl several minutes earlier, before whatever we saw transpired. How about an introduction? Girl, enter name. Your name is apparently Rosa LaSalle. Really? That's what you're going with? Why not something more suitable to your personality? Say, Rosalie Londe, for instance. Rosa, re-enter name. You tried the other name on for size, but lo and behold, it doesn't seem to fit. Whatever, dude, it's your name. Rosa, examine that book on the floor. You stop unreasonably flipping your shit about a perfectly good name suggestion and go examine your book. It's the Big Book of Spooky Stuff by Dr. D. Brenner. The book contains forbidden knowledge of the strange and esoteric study that the good doctor dedicated his whole life to. Ectopsychology. It's said that after writing this book, Dr. Brenner was swallowed up in a cloud of ghostly void at a Barnes & Noble book signing as punishment for revealing the secrets of the supernatural world. He was never seen again. Though the things that lurk within the repressed subconscious of long-dead spirits are not meant to be gleaned by mortal minds, you can't help but find the subject fascinating. Too bad ghosts and Freudian psychology are fake. Oh well. Rosa, put the book down and do something really important. You put down your beloved spiritual psychology manual and go to your computer. You've been waiting for a friend of yours to get back to you about a new game. It doesn't seem like he's got it yet, though. He surely would have contacted you if he did. Speaking of which, Rosa, retrieve your copy of Zborp. You figure you might as well go retrieve your own copy of the game while you wait. So, you waste no time in doing just that. See how easy this is? Just making things be straightforward and to the point without drawn out battle sequences or a bunch of bullshit sneaking around. Why pad out the narrative with excessive garbage like that? You don't think that. That thought does not occur to you. Rosa, just capture box the damn game. You successfully capture box the damn game. You don't take a moment to celebrate it, however, since you're supposed to be the brooding intellectual one that isn't especially expressive, I think. Rosa, return to your room. You return to your room, which totally is not a recycled panel from 4 pages ago. What do you know? Perfect timing. Rosa, talk to jhony. Boom! As you and your friend jhony are discussing matters of game setup, a huge meteor hits the side of your house. Rosa, book it! You decide to skedaddle the fuck out of there and take refuge in the mausoleum out back. Your mom had this built so you'd have a place to store your beloved childhood pet's corpse. Little does she know, you tossed his taxidermied ass off the cliff ages ago. Once inside, you resume playing the game with jhony. And then... Shit, I forgot already. You help him enter the game? Rosa, get jhony into the game. Oh wait, that's right, you couldn't because you watched jhony die a horrible, fiery death. Yeesh. Well, on the bright side, now we have context for why you're sitting in a dark stone room, right? It ain't all bad. Rosa, contact friend. If jhony's house got blown up with meteors, the immutable laws of narrative predestination say that you must be next. You can't let that happen. jhony may have died, but there's still hope for you. You contact another friend of yours to hopefully get you out of this jam. TG, help, it's important.
What the fuck you talking about, TT? I'm trying to get my mad chill on with a cool bottle of AJ.
Trust me, that can wait. I need you to install Zborp right now.
What? No, the game is dumb and gay. Totally unlike me, cause I'm all cool and smart and definitely heterosexual.
Do it now.
No, it's gay.
This is not the time for your homophobic bullshit. I mean, no time is appropriate for that in general, but especially not now. A meteor could strike my location at any second, so you need to hurry.
Jesus sticking shitfuck, alright, I'll play the dumb homo game. Rosley, where you at? Wait, fuck, I forgot your code Rosa now because you thought the 5x5 name format was stupid and you're all rebellious and shit. Damn, you got meteored to death, didn't you? Alright, I'm not gonna get all broken up about that because I'm a stoic cool dude and having emotion is gay. Guess I'll get Garshgar into play and save my ass from meteor death. Hey, by the way, do you like all this monologuing I'm doing here? That's my shtick. Anyway, this is lame and gay. Bye.
You decide not to watch Rosa get absolutely obliterated by that meteor. We already know she's dead, no sense in driving that point into the ground. Instead, you start being the cool kid. Gee, this guy looks so fucking cool. We should get to know him a little better. What was his name again? Cool kid, enter name. The cool kid enters his own name, davesprite. He's way too cool to wait around for someone to type some ridiculous shit into the box thingy. He's a busy guy, got important shit to do, like getting his friend to save his ass from meteor death, for instance. David, get GG to save your ass. You contact your only surviving friend. You really hope she's not asleep again. Yeah, she's not answering shit. David, mess around with puppets while staying tuned for dialogue. Since your dear friend and only hope for survival is obviously passed the hell out as usual, it is suggested that you waste some time by playing around with the puppets strewn about your room. However, you vehemently refuse. What the hell are these even doing in your room? They aren't even yours. They belong to your asshole bro. Man, fuck that guy. He's always using his dumb gay butt puppets to make you feel insecure and question your sexuality. And unfortunately, it works sometimes. Not that you would tell anyone about that, though. You're too cool for identity issues. You take a moment to mentally reiterate the fact that you are completely heterosexual, and there is nothing that can possibly change that. jhony turned out to be alive. While the other guy is having a mental breakdown over the reflection of puppet ass in his dope-as-hell shades, it is suggested that we see what jhony is up to. Well, my goodness, it seems he's actually still alive, a bit bruised and shaken, sure, but alive nonetheless. How you doing, buddy? Zoom out, dumb fuck. Oh, okay, yeah, he's dead for real. Back to David. David, ignore GG. She's kept you waiting long enough. It's only fair if you return the favor. In the meantime, you preoccupy yourself by walking over to your closet and capture boxing the Zborb discs. Another victory for logical, straightforward progression. You start walking back towards your computer to— Oh my god, the meteors are already here! Oh shit, oh fuck! Oh no. Oh no. The unthinkable has happened. You have unwillingly fallen prey to the siren song of Puppet Proboscis. Pandora's box has been unlocked, revealing the horrible secret you buried long ago. The thing you hoped you'd never have to address. But, like a ghost from ages past, the harrowing truth has come back to haunt you. You take a moment of tearful silence to reflect on that fact. You, davesprite, have a puppet up your ass, and you like it. David, assess the situation. What is there to assess? The fact that you're completely homosexual and nothing can possibly change that? If only your brother wasn't such a sociopathic prick, you might feel content with this conclusion, but you think proving him right will only add fuel to the fire. You give a sigh of resignation and accept the fact that from this point onward, anything that could ever possibly occur will suck just slightly more. You're exposed. This is the end of the road for you. But, as cruel fate would have it, your salvation may be imminent. David finally answered GG. David, are you there? I thought you needed help.
Nah, not anymore.
Oh no, did the meteors hit already? Are you dying?
Yeah, one of them hit, but I didn't die. Not physically, at least. I definitely died on the inside, though.
What happened?
The impact sent off a fucking Rube Goldberg reaction that ended in one of my bros' homoerotic dick-nosed puppets nestling its proboscis up my snug virgin boy tush. That's goddamn what?
Ew, David!
Yeah, the most fucked up part is that it was like, good, GG, I know I always say I'm super straight, like a bona fide 100% pussy-slaying heterosexual dude, but I think I might actually be kinda gay. Anyways, what I said earlier about you needing to play this Suborp thing and save my ads doesn't matter anymore, cause it's too late for my ads in both a literal and figurative way. And this whole revelation I'm having here is psyching me the hell out and making me okay with dying by meteors.
What? No, David, that's unacceptable. You can't just give up after having such a poignant revelation about your identity. Getting into the game could be a great opportunity for you to be your authentic self for the first time instead of masking it behind layers of delusion and irony.
You think so?
Of course. Look, I have the game installed and everything. How about I set everything up and get you in, and we can talk this out in person after you bring me in.
Alright, later.
David, enter. Damn, so close. I really like this guy too. He was all cool and stoic, but with a sensitive side that says, hey friend, don't be intimidated. I may be a cool ass dude with mad ironic humor and sick raps, but deep down, I'm just like you. Oh well, the narrative is a mysterious force that does as it pleases. Let's go meet our final character. David be the last character. David cannot be the final character because he is dead. The last main character is therefore forced to be herself. There we go. You just watched your friend David get fricked the fuck up by a meteor, but as usual, you're staying positive about it. Your prophetic dreams have prepared you for this. That's the benefit of supernatural foresight. You know that everything will turn out fine in the end. On an unrelated note, what's your name? Final character, enter name. The girl, Jaden Harley, enters her own name. Don't get her wrong, she likes indulging a good bit of silliness when the time is right, but now it's a time to get serious. Let's not forget, the entire narrative is all riding on her at this point. Jaden makes some important decisions. It's time to get down to business. Do something really mission critical here. You have one chance at this, and very, very limited time. Alright, Jaden, it's your time now. What will you do? Jaden, do the most important thing you have ever done in your whole life. The decision has been made. The responsibility has been graciously accepted. You do what you must. You do a little dance. Oh shit. Jaden, snap back to reality. Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. Anything that's powerful enough to distract you from a silly dance can't be good. What's the deal with your wall over there? Where'd all those cracks come from? You set your lunch top by the windowsill to take a peek outside. Meteor fragments? This is worse than you thought. You can't afford to get distracted again. You got lucky this time, but a few more minutes of fooling around and you might be a goner. You need to get out of Dodge right now. And that means... Jaden, play the game. You get comfy in your pile of Blobby Buddy plushes and begin installing the client. Since you have no remaining co-players, you will have to simultaneously play as your own server and client. Jaden, realize you can't play Zabork with two servers and proceed to do a dead session instead to become an intergalactic demon. Unfortunately, Jaden is unaware of the logistics of Suburb or its periodic doppelgangers, so this thought cannot occur to her. Even if she were able to entertain this train of thought, she thinks demons are scary and mean, and would have no desire to become one. She will continue with the game as planned. Jaden, continue as planned. It's time to get down to business. For real this time. End of Act 1. Intermission 1. Hey everyone, GC here. I guess it's tradition to end each act with a recap, so I'll do that. GC Recap Act 1. Act 1 began with the introduction of our ill-fated protagonist, jhony Egers. jhony fucked around in his room for a while before beginning his test play of the long-awaited pre-alpha of Zborp, the game. His co-player, Rosa Lacelli, who has a stupid fake name, watched as jhony was vaporized by a meteor. Then, she also got meteored. Actually, fuck this. You read the story, you already know what happened. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back to write more at an unspecified time in the future. It could be days, could be years. Let's be real. You're probably willing to wait. You update-hungry bastards are insatiable. Hiatus commence. If you're reading this after July 5th, 2019, there isn't going to be any actual delay. Just pretend you had to wait 2 weeks to read Act 2.